Welcome to something with pretty bad quality. Sorry for that. The reason instead of the last video that I did with my voice in it. This is obviously not planned, and I can't really help that, but this needs to be said immediately as possible. The new GT Sports system and way of doing things is somehow worse than it was before. And here's video graphic proof. It's the first race I did. For this week's weekly races, I decided to do the Dragon Trail race because I know this track well. And I just happened to be on right when the race was going, so that the end of the race would have like 2 minutes left, but whatever. Started last because alternate count, that's just fun to do in theory. So lap 3, I'm up to 11th. I knew I wasn't going to win this. This ain't the last first. But I was still having fun up to this point, gradually passing some cars. There's even the one that wrecked the Cicada Chaos. I was hoping to do enough of these races for it to be a clip again, Cicada Chaos fail compilation, but nope, because that's happened, and now I think I might just be back to boycotting GT Sport altogether. Here's the clip. So in its entirety, then I'll analyze it. Wait for it, folks. If y'all know from experience, you know what's gonna happen. Yeah. Let's start from the top. To begin with, I'm not cutting the track at all. Anywhere close to it. I did that on purpose so my car would stay stable while in the draft, because I know the draft could make my car loose. I did that perfectly fine. But then, look at the throttle control. I'm about to run into the back of this car. So I let off the throttle to avoid a penalty. Starting here. And then once I let off the throttle, starting here, I begin to spin. Apparently the new GT Sport physics system means if you get off the throttle, you automatically spin now. Ain't that lovely? You can't avoid a wreck whatsoever. Beautiful. So I left the throttle, purposely trying to not just barely nudge that driver, which would really just give them momentum and help them. But I know because it's GT Sport, I would be penalized for it. I let off the throttle, so then I spin out, and then yet still get a penalty. As y'all saw, I didn't cut the track. If anything, I did the exact opposite. I could have used more of the track quite easily. But yet, I wreck, and I still get a penalty. Folks, said this time and again, I'm not getting penalized for wrecking. I'm not doing it at all. Especially when now the wrecks are happening when you just simply let off the throttle. What do you do to avoid wrecks? Let off the throttle. I know to not brake while turning, yes, that's a wreck. But when in places do you let off the throttle and wreck? I don't know. Apparently you do with this new physics system. How wonderful. Let off the throttle equals spin out. Spin out equals penalty. Why would letting off the throttle equal spin out? Don't know. Why does spinning out equal penalty? Don't know. I guess it's PD logic, but that's for my second channel. This is as subdued as I can make this video. If it was any more, it would definitely be on my second channel. But I'm keeping this as sane as possible right now. It ain't easy. But the next part, by golly, the next part, that's all I can say. And so, folks, I go to trim the previous clip while waiting to get into the next race, because the previous race was ruined. So I may as well do the next race to try to recover. While waiting for the next race, they kicked me out of the next race before the next race starts. This wasn't while loaded into the room. This was while waiting for the next race. Why would they kick me out for waiting for the next race? I don't know. What in the blue blazes does rest mode have to do with waiting? Well, those two kind of go together. You know what? If you're waiting for something to start, you might as well quote unquote rest. That makes logical sense. But PD, they don't have logic. PD still doesn't have logic. They penalize me for wrecking a wreck that shouldn't even ever happen, and then they completely disallow me to race for showing what happened in the previous race. I physically cannot deal with this, folks. Physically can't. PD's beyond their last straw at this point. They're not even allowing me to race anymore, whether I like to race or not. And right now, it's most certainly not. Still can't do it anyway. PD, not even allowing me to race because of what they did in a previous race. Exact opposite of E.